Ciao, this is Bob Rifo from the Bloody Beetroots, and I'm hanging out with Rob from Front Row Live. Ciao.
I'm sorry, but I've been sleeping on you. I'm going to be honest with you because I just found out about you and I just listened to the third album and it's incredible. You have a lot of incredible artists in that album. One of them that I grew up listening to was Jason Butler.
All right.
From The Fever. And but there's so many other people. Jet, someone that hasn't recorded music in such a long time.
Maybe 7, 8 years.
Yeah,
That's true. They're back together now after my single.
you started something.
Yeah, I always do that. I did it with the Refuse back in the days,
Man.
so it always happens.
So you're the reason why Refuse exists now.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny because I was just recently wondering whatever happened to Jet. Where is Jet? Why aren't they coming back? And then I hear this track.
back
And it's
now.
ridiculous.
They're back now. So wow, guys, what a responsibility.
Seriously. So tell me about going into the studio and creating this third album because, like I said, there's so many incredible artists that are featuring on this record with you.
Well, they're all friends, man. So it's there's no secrets here. I wanted to talk to to my fans differently, so I called all my friends saying, "Do you want to join me for the album, and see if we can do something together, differently." And this is probably the first time that I use so many lyrics in a Bloody Beetroots album. Just because I felt the need to do that, and it's working, and I like it. I'm completely satisfied at what I did.
Yeah, no, I definitely loved it. In fact, listening to the record, one of the songs you did featuring Gallows, All Black Everything, it has a violin style to it. Which, if you do something else with violin next time, I would love to hear you collaborate with Lindsey Stirling.
Okay, let's
That would
try.
be something. I want to put it out in the universe just in case.
So Lindsey, you're next now. You said that, so we gotta do it.
So tell me about, how do you create your music? How do you think about who you want to work with before you actually create these tracks, or do these tracks come and then you start looking for artists?
I don't look for artists. As I said, I'm lucky enough to have beautiful friends, and those beautiful friends are vocalists. So I just pick up the phone as I always do, and I talk to people. And the more we talk, the more we experience time together. Then we're able to deliver something that is consistently relevant for our lives. And but that's meaning of music, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I love how you going back to the punk roots, like you keep the punk roots, but yet you keep something so new like EDM. How do you blend these two together and make them sound so great the way they do? Because I don't recall anyone else that's done that.
Well, I guess I wanted to make rock and roll a little more contemporary. So because I love rock and roll, but it doesn't sound as powerful as electronic music. So I thought about it, and sonically talking, I wanted to make an experiment. And I guess My Name is Thunder is the right manifesto to get through this idea that I originally had for this kind of crazy blend.
Right. And as you're creating this record, what kind of challenges did you face? Because it sounds so like there's so much fun listening to the record, but I'm sure there was so many incredible challenges while creating it. What were those?
Well, it took 4 years. So the most challenging part was to keep the focus on what I wanted to do.
Right.
And 4 years is pretty long time.
Yeah.
So that was the most challenging part. But talking about having people aboard and recording them, that was all fun.
And while you were working with all these incredible artists, did they actually work in the studio with you? Was this all through internet, like you guys were working whenever you guys could?
Well, I only worked through the internet with Anders Frieden from In Flames and Perry Farrell, because we were touring and it was pretty impossible to meet each other around around the world. But all the rest I recorded personally, face to face. I love being in the studio with people, and you create that empathy that has been missing in electronic music.
And what did you learn from working with these artists in the studio? Anything like incredible that caught your eye?
Well, from Jay Buchanan, I think I learned how to deliver myself through words.
Okay.
That's what he taught me. He confirmed my way of thinking for this album. So the need to have lyrics placed on my music, which is the first time that happened
Right.
in the Bloody Beetroots world.
And being that it's the first time, like, what was that experience like for you getting creating these lyrics?
We spent a lot of time together, sharing stories of our life,
Right.
and we talked a lot. I mean, the time that we talked was more consistent, and then the time that we were in the studio recording. I guess with Jay, we spent 3 days together and an hour in the studio.
Wow. It's crazy because it sounds like it's kind of like a fast process.
Yeah, I mean the intense process is about living your life. If you have a good story to tell because you're living your life, then you're able to deliver something pretty quickly.
Right. Right. And tell me more about this, like going into the studio. Did you produce everything yourself? Did a producer step in to help you guys during this process? Like, what was that like?
I produce everything myself. I have a
Okay.
guy in the studio who mixes pretty much everything, and then we do the master together. Yeah, this is pretty much what I do. I mean, I don't have many collaborators, just one guy in a small studio.
Right.
That's what I do. It's pretty DIY.
And aside from music, we have something else in common. I love to trail run, and I saw that you posted about running as well for your music. Does that play a big role in creating your music or how something's gonna sound?
Well, running, training in general makes me happy, first of all, healthier, and I guess I need my music to run, and that's why I produce such a crazy, energetic type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you're here in the States. You're doing, I think it's like 10 shows that you're doing in support of the record. What is it like for you to come out here in the States? What is a live show of yours like?
Well, the Bloody Beetroots Live is a 80 minutes journey into the world of the Bloody Beetroots, if that makes sense. It brings together the past and the present. And it's super powerful, but most of all, we experiment with the human condition. That means that we love sharing our energy with people,
Right.
and we want to have that back. And that makes the Bloody Beetroots Live a pretty unique experience that in electronic music has been missing.
Right. And tell me a little more about yourself. What are you all about? What is your music all about? What is the meaning behind the Bloody Beetroots?
The meaning behind the Bloody Beetroots is that everybody can be Bob Rifo. Everybody can be the Bloody Beetroots. Everybody can put on a mask and join us on stage.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you guys, you can join us on stage with a mask if you have one.
And can you dive in a little deeper about your mask? What created this, or what made you want this mask, this style of mask?
Well, first of all, it's a good catalyst. It catalyzes people's attention, but also it protects me from fame.
Right.
Because I love my privacy, I love my private life,
Right.
and I think the mask is a privilege.
And I've seen pictures of, I think there's another mask. It's a red one. You did recently. You posted something. It's like a black and red mat. The red was on the eyes, and then you had a leather jacket as well. Is there different masks that you wear, and if so, like, what are the differences with them?
That is the 10th anniversary mask.
Okay.
But it's impossible to wear because it's I cannot breathe or see or
Yeah, it looks like it's actually part of you.
yeah, that's pretty heavy to go around with that. So I decided to put on this one, which is a statement, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a big no on my face. So I wanted to take position.
So like we said, the album's out now. It dropped in October. You're on tour right now. What else can we expect for you for those that haven't checked you out?
Well, first of all, I love people to hear this album. It's not a ready-to-go album, like everything now. It takes time because it took time to get it done properly.
Right.
I just want to say, people, bring back the time, because the time is a fucking great tool.
Yeah.